Hey there, gravel grinders. This is Paul, and this is our ride that we had today out of Hugo for the Hugo gravel group. We started at Dunn Brothers in Hugo, and we headed out west to Elmcrest, 24th Avenue, and went north. This is the gravel section on 24th Avenue, and here, just trying to get started a little bit faster pace here at the start, just to warm the legs up and get things going. There's a slight rise here. It was pretty nice weather today. It was sunny, as you can see, and so it was about 30 degrees, I think, when we were riding. Maybe started at 20, in the 20s. Sun sure felt nice, and the roads, you can see, are pretty packed hard. They're still frozen, so makes for a nice smooth surface. Didn't really need studs for the majority of the section, or the route, I should say, today. But so it was pretty nice, smooth ride. The mud hasn't really started yet because the frost is still in the ground. So it was a 26-mile route, and we rode fat bikes. So, averaging 12 miles an hour or less. Took us a good, 2 hours. So the reason behind this is that we're, doing endurance training, I guess, for some of the spring gravel stuff that's coming up. And, it may look flat. It may not look like much terrain or much interest right here. The fields are still pretty barren because of the snow. There's some hay bales that are lined up as easy access for the farmer, but we're getting out early and trying to get our endurance up. A lot of people have been indoors on a trainer and like the opportunity to get outside and train with other people and be around other people, and it's nice to see smiling faces and people that do what you do for fun. So we're not like riding close to each other here. I'm actually trying to catch some people, but you can't see them, but they're far off in front of me. And, it's just nice to get out and push ourselves hard. And even though this route is, pretty flat, as you can see, it's nice to go as hard as you want to go and push yourself as hard as you want to push yourself. So up here, we're going to take a right off of Elmcrest onto 190th North and head east. You can see the group in front of me I'm trying to catch just turned, but I end up kind of getting caught in no man's land here and just rolling back to some people that are further behind me. So another smooth road. This road can be really bad in the spring and it can get pretty sandy, but right now it's packed, all that winter snow weight packed it all down. So another smooth road. Here I speed the video up a bit, so we're going 2.5 times. Not pedaling that fast. That would be a cadence much higher than I could sustain. So just zipping through some section here. It's a pretty farm on the left side. Nice big white barn that they're taking care of, and a nice white picket fence. So that's one of the best things about riding out here. Like, it's close to the city, and this is like literally 2-3 miles away from the Dunn Brothers, shopping area. And here we're in the farm country. This field on the left here is our neighbor that farms, and you'll see a tractor coming up here. He's spreading manure today. So, that's just one of the things about being out. You get to see all sorts of things. And later on in our ride, which I didn't capture in the video, we saw about a flock of turkeys. I don't know if they're called flock. It was like 18 of them. It was like, and there's one more and one more and one more until we saw like 18. It was crazy. It was cool, crazy. There went the farmer with the manure. Here we've turned the corner, skipped a section of road. And so this is a north-south road. You can see that there's some more ice on here. So most people rode without studs today. You know, there's plenty of traction, in my opinion, on the snow and ice because of all the melting. It gets pretty rough and gives you plenty of traction. So as long as you're not, you know, leaning sideways, it's fine. We did see, you can see some waves in the road here, back in the image before. This is what I meant about the textured ice. It's pretty crunchy. Slows you down, but kind of like I was staying in the tire rut. You get plenty of traction to where the sunlight hits the road, you see, and then it's all melted. So it's such a pretty scene when it's all covered in snow like this. And thankfully it was warm today. This video makes it look like it's a really long stretch of road that was covered in snow and ice. You know, we just kind of slowed down, took it easy through there. It wasn't more than a quarter mile. So most people ask, you know, when we ride in February, we start right after Valentine's Day, and, you know, the road conditions are the big question. You know, it all depends on if it snowed the night before, the day before, what the temperature was the night before, you know, and how long the sun's been out. Thankfully, this past week, prior to this ride, the sun was out most days, and it was above freezing, so it just melted a ton of snow and ice. Last week when we rode, the roads were packed with snow, so we actually had cars approach us from behind that we couldn't even hear. So that was not cool. So now we've transitioned to the kind of like one of the finishing sections here. It's a downhill section. This is an east-west road, and we're approaching a farm here on the right. And unfortunately, they butcher cows. Unfortunately, today, a couple of their cows got out of the fence, and as we rolled up on them, the cows that she was trying to position into the fence ran away. So, felt bad, but what can you do? We didn't know. So, I think this place is called Lutz, L-U-T-Z, meat processing. You know, kind of a very independent processor. So, and that's it.